Every time we take this drive, I'm impressed by the beautiful scenery of our countryside. But I can't really enjoy it today because I'm in too much of a hurry. That's us, my wife Dubravka, and I'm Vlaho. Mi séjouremo... pardon me. As you can see, we are Yugoslav. Let me explain. Up in the sky, somewhere, there is a jetliner, and it's the reason we are in such a rush. Have you ever tried to race an airplane? Actually, it all started last summer when we spent a great vacation in Europe. We met some very special people at that time, and we made them a promise. Now we're going to keep it.
This is a trip that Peter and I have looked forward to for such a long time. Not only will we get to see a new country, but we'll be reunited with our good friends.
Yes, Peter and Ilse showed us a wonderful time on the continent, and now it's our turn to be hosts. We are going to treat them to some Yugoslav hospitality. Now, we can only beat that plane to the airport.
Dragi putnici, molimo vas da ostanete na svojim sedištima do prestanka rada motora. Hvala što ste leteli jatom i doviđenja. Ujedno vam želimo prijatan boravak u Dubrovniku. Ladies and gentlemen, keep fastened until we receive the permission to disembark. We now say goodbye to you and thank you for flying Yugoslav Airlines. I wish you happy holiday. Thank you.
I hope we're on time. But of course, I should have known. Perfect timing. And we shall be the perfect hosts. Dobrodošli, that is, I mean, welcome to Dubrovnik.
Well, here we are at last, and I must say, our friends are already taking good care of us.
We arranged for Peter and Ilse to stay at one of our many fine hotels. They are most comfortable and have all the modern accommodations.
From the first moment we arrived, we were captured by the beauty of the scenery, the clear blue Adriatic and the countryside. And what fabulous hotels they have here. Simon's not too good. Maybe I can be luckier at some other game. Oh, I don't believe it. Oh! I think you really have to be an adventurer to gamble. If you win, it's all so wonderful. But if you lose, well, you just have to find a way to drown your sorrow. It didn't take us long to learn that Yugoslavs pride themselves on their hospitality. Peter and I no longer feel like tourists. We know we are guests.
I told Peter and Ilse to enjoy their steak dinner tonight because they would need plenty of energy tomorrow for a big sightseeing excursion.
We have taken the cable car up Mount Surge for a bird's-eye view of the old city of Dubrovnik. There, laid out before us, are the palaces, churches, and towers, all encircled by high stone walls and fortifications.
Here, in this ancient medieval town, is our history. 1,000 years of it. From its beginnings as a small settlement to its golden age as a free and independent republic during the Renaissance age. It became rich in historical and cultural monuments, and it's all been preserved. The masterpieces of art and architecture, unchanged over the centuries. When we come and spend a day in the old city, we always tour the market. It's colorful, busy, and there is always something that Dubravka believes we must buy. When you visit the old city, you must be prepared to do a lot of walking, because no vehicles are allowed within the walls. But then, there are so many narrow streets, and the only way to really explore is to just wander at your leisure and fill your eyes.
When it comes time to stop and relax, there certainly is no shortage of good places to eat. In Yugoslavia, they call them mušula. We call them mussels. Either way, they're delicious. Vlaho and Dubrovka are making sure that we are experiencing the country the way the Yugoslavs do. In fact, we are beginning to feel like Yugoslavs. It is Sunday, and Vlaho and Dubrovka are taking us on a very special outing.
Čilipi is one of the several small villages located in the heart of the Konavia Valley. It is most appealing as it is rich in the folklore of our country. The people here still wear the traditional costumes of the past, and they have also retained the simplicity and warm-heartedness of their ancestors. Sunday is a very special day, because that is when the villagers perform our colorful folk dances. A lovely place for a restaurant, isn't it? It's called the Konavski Dvori, and it's only a short distance from Čilipi. I didn't tell Peter and Ilsa we were going to stop. Just kept it for a surprise.
When it comes to dining, people are the same the world over. They love to make conversation. While we dined on some very tasty cheese and ham, we talked of what we had already done, and we made plans for the days ahead. Vlaho and Dubrovka said that we must see the South Adriatic coast. That's about all the convincing it took. We agreed we should go. After a drive down the coast, we put our car on a ferry boat to go across the Bay of Kotash. All the while, Vlaho was telling us exciting stories of the days when pirates were in these waters and how they raided the coastal villages.
I was painting the historical backdrop for our destination. Certainly one of the more unique places you'll find in our country. It's called Sveti Stefan, and back in the 15th century, it was a fishing village built on a rock in the sea. The Sveti Stefan citadel is completely surrounded by walls erected long ago to protect its inhabitants and others who sought refuge here from the pirate raiders. Today, it's a modern hotel city, probably the only one in the world. The conversion is considered to be quite an artistic accomplishment, and as such has gained an international reputation.
walked along quiet streets until we reached the highest point of the citadel, and there we discovered the Church of St. Stephen, from which the village got its name. From our hotel, we had a magnificent view of the Adriatic. Pirates once sailed there, but now it's just a playground. The next day, we were at it again. Peter had his camera and we were making a photographic exploration of the many picturesque buildings. Eventually, though, he ran out of historical subjects, but not of film. So he turned to more conventional models.
This is Miloce. It's located on a delightful section of beach on the Adriatic, and not too far from Sveti Stefan. A picturesque setting and a chance to sample another of our excellent Yugoslav restaurants.
Vlaho is keeping things interesting and varied. From the beach at Miloce, we are going to the mountains. He told us to prepare ourselves for the outdoor life.
We took Peter and Ilse to a glacial lake in the Žabljak region, a holiday center in the Balkans. It is called the Black Lake, and people come here to hunt, to fish for trout, to camp, and to boat.
Vlaho was elected to get us launched, and for a while it seemed we would spend the day on shore. Push, Vlaho, push! Push! There we go. Now if we can just get the seating arrangements in order. All set, I hope.
It is all worth it, because out here we can rest in complete peace and enjoy the natural, unspoiled beauties of this region.
On the way back, I began to look forward eagerly to what has been called the greatest attraction of the summer.
The Dubrovnik Summer Festival is an international review of the outstanding accomplishments in drama, music, and folklore. It has its formal opening in July and then continues all through the month of August. This festival began in 1950, and it literally transforms our old city.
Every street, every public area becomes the site of an open-air stage or concert hall.
Plays and musical programs can be seen and heard in parks, on the shores, and in the atriums of palaces and monasteries.
Peter and I aren't the only outsiders who have been fascinated by this festival. It has attracted over 1 million visitors from all parts of the world and has been given the highest recognition. We spent an entire day on this cruise. We traveled past wooded islands and pebbled beaches to the harbor of the island of Korčula. Our destination is the birthplace of Marco Polo.
Korčula is the largest and most interesting of the Dalmatian islands. The countryside is lush with subtropical vegetation, while the town is old world in appearance.
The town is absolutely a living museum, with cathedrals, towers, and Renaissance palaces. A wonderful place to explore. All the while we strolled, we kept getting closer to the landmark of the island. And there it is. That is the house they claim is the birthplace of the world-famous traveler Marco Polo. Could it be that centuries ago, a young boy stood gazing out from that very tower and dreamed of traveling to far-off places? That's the thought I'll always carry with me when I think of the island of Korčula. It is day's end, and we're ready to journey back from the island. It is a time of both joy and sadness, for our vacation in Dubrovnik has come to an end. We shall carry with us many pleasant memories of this grand country, but the one we will treasure most is the warm companionship of our Yugoslav friends.